you've got this well-paying job, like crazy money. You're in the financial district. You're walking down Bay Street with your latte, your briefcase, and your fabulous suit, and you decide you're going to give it all up. That's what Shannon Simmons did. She's the founder of the Barter Babes Project. There you were. That, you know, we see them all wandering down, looking very important, going to very important jobs, doing very important things with other people's money.
Yes.
And you quit it and started this Barter Babes Project. Let's start with what the Barter Babes Project is, and then I'll ask you why on earth you quit your great job.
No, you're not the first person to ever ask me that. So the Barter Babes Project is a grassroots financial movement, really, that I started and that launched officially November 18th of this past year, and it's been a long time in the making up here. So I started doing research on women and money in my demographic, so from the age of 20, 35, 40-ish, to find out, you know, what was going on, because I started realizing at parties, at the gym, walking down the street, in a line at the bar, young women are worried about money and talking about it quite openly. So
being as they find out you work with money, they probably have lots of questions?
Absolutely, and that's actually exactly how I got the idea. My friends had been saying for a long time, you know, you're so lucky that you know this stuff, because I don't. And I'm like, I am so lucky that I know this stuff. How unfair is that you guys don't know? And because I'm much more confident about my decisions that I'm making. And I was actually in line at a bar at the Vancouver Olympics, and these two girls in front of me at line were talking about what TFSA was, right in the middle of the line, like in the middle of the night, and I was like, why is this happening? So I kind of butted in and I'm like, it's a tax-free savings account. And then they started bombarding me with questions about, like, why would someone want me to, my banker told me to open it. I have no idea why, what's it for, this kind of thing. So we started talking. I took like 5 to 10 minutes talking to them about stuff, and then they dropped over a pint later and they're like, this is the least we can do for financial advice. And I was like, bingo, we can exchange. You don't have to pay money.
Is that because the people who really need advice can't afford to buy it? Is that why you're doing this?
Precisely why I'm doing this.
Because the people with the money, they can afford the financial planners.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. So you literally barter, and you want to get 300 people, 300 women in 1 year bartering you. So what are they giving you in return?
So it's pretty exciting so far. I'm always really impressed. A lot of times the first question someone asks is, they'll contact me, I want to barter with you, but I have nothing to barter. First thing, always. And then we talk, and they always end up having something great. So a lot of people don't value what they can do unless they have their own business, and then they think they can only do that. So I've bartered from everything from somebody made me a dress. That was amazing. I had a private guided tour of the AGO. That was another really great one. I had a Toronto bicycle courier contact me, and she did all of my errands for a whole day, picking up all the different things that I needed. I also have people making me homemade meals, all that I freeze. Whatever, my thing when I talk to a girl and she says, I have nothing to barter, I say, what do you do for fun? What do you love to do for fun? Do you love baking? Do you love knitting? Do you love painting? What do you love? And then we come back for something, and usually it's more amazing than they even thought. And they're like, I never thought you would have wanted this. And I'm like, I don't care. I just want you to get advice.
And how are you able to live if nobody's giving you money?
Well,
are there other things you're bartering?
No. That's actually been the biggest struggle, and why I wake up with cold sweats at 3 in the morning sometimes. So I did quit my job to do this full time, and so I don't have benefits anymore or anything like that. And I had saved up enough money to cover rent for a full year in my hydro and my cell phone. So I have that stashed away, and I also saved up enough money to subsidize a weekly income. Now, the problem is that 6 months ago I thought that $35 a week was an awesome idea, and now, you know, 8 weeks into it, not so much. So it's been a real struggle, and I'm actually on the site. I have a blog that I blog about my experience going through this as well, and you know, some of the entries I'm like, what am I doing here? $35. Like, I have to be very careful about everything I do now. I cut coupons. I dye my hair to a box. I never did that before.
You're living the life of the women you're helping.
Absolutely.
So you get it.
Yeah, I'm really in the trenches, so to speak. Like, I get standing there with the $3 going, do I really want to take the streetcar, or do I want to leave an extra hour early? No, I'll leave early because I don't walk.
Yeah. What's the advice you're giving young women?
So, It actually, I think a lot of people have misconceptions about, because I used to have this, or I used to work with like, high net worth clients, that they have to have something impressive to show me, which is not the case. Or it's the opposite, they think they have to have absolutely dire situations that are like financial situation. So I do the entire spectrum. I've had women who are over 6 figures in debt because of school. Yep. I also have women who are just starting to build assets and they're sitting there in their checking account going, what do I do with this? And so it's a completely different kind of conversation. So I do the whole spectrum. A lot of the crux of the entire process is this thing that I came up with called the Money Map. And it is a cash flow planning tool that a lot of people would think, I'm okay with that, but I don't really need advice on that, but it's the crux, it's the very crux of enabling you to pay off your debt, save your money, and have the financial flexibility that allows you to do stuff with your money. And that's the biggest problem with our generation, is that we don't leave ourselves a lot of financial flexibility.
We don't, and we don't know what we're spending our money on either.
Absolutely.
So this is one way to find out and get clear. It's like when you're trying to lose weight, well, what are you eating?
It's like stepping on the scale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so great. I'm thrilled for the people who are able to take your advice, not have to pay money for it because they don't have a lot of it.
And that's
but this is how they start to build their net worth and their wealth, and they give you something in return. I hope you can survive the year.
Me too.
All right, so if you want to be a part of this, barterbabesproject.com. She wants 300 women. She's already had 2 more people offer to barter with her today, just here on the show. So it's coming. How many have you got?
I'm at 65 right now.
65. She needs 300. Here's some more information on the Barter Babes Project. Good luck.
Humans are not the only ones with obesity problems. Many pets are gaining weight too. So I'm here with Julie Johnston, the Vice President of Marketing at Pet Value.